Quarter brick up on the straight just to say I got it. Quarter brick up on your face, my young nigga snatched it. Quarter brick got a house, they say it's too much traffic. Quarter brick out a house, they say it's too much traffic.
Work your wrist. Got rich off the mobiles. Got rich off the mobiles. Ran off on the plug. Told them that I own.
Hey, what's the wizard? We back again with another installment of St. Louis Underground Street Legends. We done made it to episode 14, thankful to the Most High. And today we doing it on Mr. Heart of the Third himself, Mr. Jizzle Buckz. Jizzle grew up on the south side of St. Louis where he grew up in poverty. He wasn't one of the clean kids or one of the most popular, so it's good to see a success story like his. My first time hearing him wasn't musically, but through the grapevine of the streets. In St. Louis, it seemed like a gold rush hit from about 2012 to 2016. The streets was flooded with chingy, scorp, or heroin, whatever you may call it where you from. The states and other cities like to credit Chief Keef and Chicago drill with the reason why, the murder rates are so high now. While Keef and Chicago drill did change like the frequency of St. Louis, I like to credit the influx of heroin as the reason why St. Louis got a little bit more violent. If you look at the numbers, St. Louisans take pride in the high murder rate. We always the murder capital. But on the flip side, this influx of heroin did great things for the economy and turned a lot of, street kids who probably didn't have too bright of a future or was going to live a regular life, it turned them into made men. And through the street grapevine, I end up hearing names like Tanner, Michi, and Jizzle Buckz. The south side of St. Louis is the biggest side in St. Louis and the most diverse. For the first time, a drug came along that wasn't just fashioned for black people. This drug came along and hit the whites, the Mexicans, the Vietnamese, the Bosnians. It hit these demographics hard. And plus, these demographics came from probably a couple generations that had money. So if you stayed on the south side or you sold on the south side, you was gonna eat. Jizzle, being from the south side, that's exactly what he did. He ate. He then turned around and rapped about his exploits on my favorite song out of his catalog, Quarter Brick. I'm gonna chop and screw the clip because Jizzle was actually smart enough at that time to copyright the song, so that lets you know a little bit about his mind state.
Quarter brick up on my phone, working steady cap. 240 grams on that clock, that's a QB. Car steady pulling up, look like QT. 3 spots, bringing 20K a week. 3 slots, fill out your app, code work for me.
STLPD was hot. Like, who dude think he is? He already making all the money, and now he gonna rap about it. They was coming for him, but his clique was full of loyal niggas. They couldn't get nobody to roll over on him, and they couldn't get nothing to stick to him. So their next logical step was to free case him. It's still naive people out here who think the police do everything by the book, but they get their hands dirty. They really the biggest gang in the streets. They get their hands dirty. For instance, look at the Jimmy Wapo case in Pittsburgh, the Hill District. Man, ain't no regular dude killed Jimmy Wapo. Jimmy Wapo was assassinated by the police. I think his car was shot up probably just 3 times with precision through the glass, killed him and his passenger. But that's another story. They wanted to stop Jizzle influence and they wanted to take him out the game, so they hit him with a whammy. They tried to free case him with murder. On top of that, murder of a white woman. Being a black man is one of the worst charges you can catch. You seen how they did Emmett Till when he whistled at the white woman. Well, times really ain't changed. If you kill a white woman, they gonna kill you in one way or another. It was a real shame and it was real dirty how they tried to set him up. Like, what would be his motive of going out the way and doing something like that? This man at the top of the streets at the time. On top of that, he was on house arrest at the time. So all his movements was being tracked. Nobody would be stupid enough to catch a body on house arrest. And it was blatant that the police set him up. They knew them charges wasn't gonna stick to bro. You know what I'm saying? But what they wanted to do, they wanted to slow him down. They wanted to get him out the way. Most of the time, when you fighting a murder case and you taking it to trial to show your innocence, man, they gonna sit you down 1, 2, 3 years. They gonna sit you down probably about 2 to 3 years every walk until trial. That's what they did. They sat Jizzle down 3 years. Yep, and I don't wish jail on nobody. But when you out here moving fast before you crash, sometimes the best thing for a person sometimes to do is to sit down. And when you sit down, do that time. Don't let that time do you and think and come out with a game plan. Jizzle took that time on the chin and came out swinging. He most definitely had a game plan.
You know what it is, Jizzle Buckz _ on Instagram. St. Louis, man, I got that motherfucker on my back, man. And I ain't on no selfish shit. I just did 3 years in jail for a murder. I ended up beating the murder because I know I had nothing to do with it. They know I had nothing to do with it, but I kept it solid. Took my hit on my chin, sat down, never said nothing. So, like, for you to come from under something like that, it's powerful. Like, as one, we need to be like, so every day I stress the fact, like, we gotta be one. We gotta be one. So all my niggas, females too, like everybody I love, they gonna be priority. And we gonna push together as one powerful team. Like, man, that bunk and shit, that shit wasn't right, man. That shit was just saying I had over 8 fights, niggas slugging me on the phone. Like you go through bullshit. You go through a lot of bullshit. That shit, it ain't right at all. But I like a nigga like me, niggas with heart like me. I made it through this situation. I made it through that. Niggas to the death and going feds, going state. But now that I'm home, I'm keeping everybody together. That shit over with. Ain't none of my niggas going back to jail and all that stuff and all that. That shit over with. So if any way I can help to keep my niggas out of the way, I'ma do it. If it's from being in the studio, from shooting a video, I'ma do it. Just to keep my niggas out of the way. Like, we ain't gotta be in the way. We ain't gotta do what all these rest of these niggas doing, crashing out where they go, to jail. We ain't crashing out, nigga, we making it out. So, that's powerful for me, like, it's hella powerful, man.
Jizzle, the man with the plan. Add that on to the support system he got around. He got very intelligent people around him, very business savvy people around him. Jizzle is what you call highly favored. A lot of people wish they can be in a position that he's in. You know, to have a team of people around you who are all go getters and y'all moving on one accord, that's beautiful. That's black excellence. Shadow of a doubt, Jizzle is the most youngest, turntest nigga in the city. He really making my generation look good, breaking generational curses. Our daddies didn't do this. Our granddaddies didn't do this. Our great granddaddies ain't get a chance to do this. So it's good to see him doing this. Good to see a young man doing this. When his business partners got their hands in all types of endeavors. Him and Half own Halftime Bar and Grill, a poppin' nightclub and morning brunch spot here in St. Louis. He has a trucking company, man, owns Airbnbs, property, barbershops, restaurants, you name it. He even bring in, rap superstars to the city like it's never been. We got more famous people that come here now more than anything, and they love him, man. You know they gonna deride him, and rightfully so, man. He young and he turned. People in other cities ain't really getting it like that. With all these great things he doing at the age of 24, I only got one critique of Jizzle Buckz, just one critique, one flaw that I can poke at, and that flaw really is his want to be seen, vanity. He won't put the mic down. He won't put the mic down like a junkie won't put the pipe down. Jizzle will not put the mic down, and quite frankly, he needs to stop rapping. I don't know if he understands or not that he's not hungry. Like, to be a rapper is like to be a blues singer. You gotta have, well, you don't have to have it, but it's a pain thing. It's a broke man sport, and you're not broke. Because of that, it's just not translating musically. It's like kind of offbeat. It's not it. Jizzle is not it. With all the smart people around them, they need to tell them like you have all the things that rappers be in the game 10 years and don't have the things that you have. It's an old movie from the 90s called Devil Advocate, and in that movie, Al Pacino character tells you how the devil or the most low works. He gets you through the seven deadly sins. Jizzle Bucks is guilty of the deadly sin vanity. You want to be seen, you want to be famous. I'm here to tell you, if don't nobody else tell you, being a rapper and getting signed, signing the deal, and being famous is not what you want. Stop while you're ahead before you lose your life, or even worse, your soul. But if you crave to be in that industry so bad, being a rapper is definitely not for you. But you can be a CEO, you can be a record label head, sign somebody from the city with a little buzz, a little talent, like a Ray Guala. You sign Ray Guala, put some money behind them, LLC everything, give them a chain, put everything in contract, like even the chain that you buy the artist, make it tax deductible. You can do it the right way, man. You can come out on head, you can prosper, and business. You know what I'm talking about. Do not sign nobody from your section because everybody around you eating and they are not hungry, and quite frankly, they cannot rap. Get your artists from the north side and the west side, and you can really be the face of the street. Like on the south side, like your mixtape is face of the streets. But on the north side, on the west side, we don't associate you with being the face of the streets. On that south side though, you are. You should have renamed it Face of the South. I'm gonna start calling the south side of St. Louis Jizzle Land. Cause you can't do no wrong in their eyes, man. If I talk to somebody on the south side negatively about you, it damn near they want to fight me, almost like Lil Tay fans, Lil Tay Three Problem fans. Man, they will fight you. I would tell them that I don't understand what he's saying when he rap. Man, they be so mad. That's the pull you got on that south. So get your artists from the north side or the west side or the county, man, and you can really become the face of the streets. That artist and take them to the top. You already knocking on the door of the industry, man. You can kick it down with a good artist. You got the potential to become the next Diddy, the next QC, the next Top Dog Entertainment. The kids watching, and you a perfect example. And we definitely don't need no more rappers, man. All in all, you are a living St. Louis legend. And coming from the mouth of somebody who not from the south side of St. Louis, we appreciate you here in St. Louis. Keep going, bro.